Oh,
Hello, citizen!
How is everything going today for you?
Oh, wonderfully. I'm still climbing the walls, but for different reasons.
Okay, excellent. I want to start off on a serious note just to be able to say that I want to offer my condolences for the loss of your friend and colleague, Adam West. I just wanted to start it off by saying that.
Well, thank you. You know, I loved Adam. True love. Friendship that's over 50 years. We met 15 minutes before the screen test. Within 5 minutes of meeting, the two of us were laughing and we never stopped laughing. I loved working with him. I would go out just about every single weekend earlier this year, making an appearance with Adam. We've worked together for more than 50 years. In fact, we've been submitted to the Guinness Book of Records as the only two actors in history that worked together 50 years later.
That is amazing. And as you said, with only 15 minutes meetup before the screen test, that's fantastic. That's just amazing.
Well, and I think honestly, there was a chemistry. I know there was a chemistry between the two of us that really made this show work. You know, I mean, he had the most amazing comic sense, and his humor was so satirical and so it had a very kind of a sexual overtone in the implications of the things he said and the way he said it. And of course, I picked up on it and would say things intentionally more innocent or intentionally suggestive. I mean, when we worked together, believe it or not, on set, we never rehearsed because it was always so good to put us two together. And even the director and everybody said, "Oh my God, here it comes. You know, what are they going to do?" And you know, it worked.
Definitely.
It came across the screen as fresh and innovative and unpredictable.
And let me ask you in regard to that, what are your feelings on it's not that the Batman series wasn't always popular, but it really seems over the last several years with comic book resurgence and with the animated movies that have come out, there's just been this real big resurgence appreciation. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think our show never stopped being popular. Here in the United States, Batman is rerun every day of the week. Every single day. And you have the people that were kids when I was doing it, that were watching it, that were putting bath towels around their neck held together with clothespins and jumping off their couches and pretending to fight. Those are now the adults whose kids are got their bath towels around their neck with clothespins jumping off their couches. It is a generational thing. And, you know, I go out and I make these appearances. I'll tell you something. People say to me, "Well, wait a minute. How can you go out for all these years, every single weekend, meeting thousands and thousands? How can it not get old for you?" And I say, "Look, you don't understand what happens. When people come up, you know, you have to understand the mom, the dad, two kids, everybody living their life. But when they come up right in front of me, all of a sudden, those adults become childlike. They remember what it was like. And you'll have the father saying something like, "Oh, I got to play Robin, my brother. He played Batman, and we went around together, and we had our tricycles, and we had a great time." And their kids are looking at them saying, "Dad?"
Yeah.
Like, you know? And then the mother would say something like, "Oh, I was in love with Robin." And they say, "Mom, why are you talking like that?" So their own children didn't recognize them. And for me, it's like going to the movie. I'm the one watching the movie. Only it's totally real and very entertaining.
It's one of the things I think that's been really, again, and you touched upon it, this idea that, with the animated movies and with the comic books, that you're just seeing a new generation that's appreciating that not every version of Batman and Robin needs to be to dark. And I think for a while there was this, well, you have to only have Batman one way. What are your thoughts on that?
Right. Well, I think what Warner Brothers did was actually the right thing to do. They made their programming for their audience. In other words, Batman, our show, was family entertainment, primetime television, had to be suitable for everybody.
Sure.
But the movies, the people going to movies, the teenagers, the college kids, and some of the adults, some of them are used to having more action, more grittiness, you know? So they made the film for the audience, I think. In both cases, great production value and stuff like that. But there is a difference, and like you think of The Dark Knight and some of the movies that have come out. Well, Adam West likes to say that he was the bright knight.
Yep. And I love that was a very fitting tribute to him at the end of the movie also.
Absolutely.
The reference to that I thought was excellent.
I don't know if you saw this, but it went around the world when after his death in Los Angeles, and the mayor and the chief of police and myself all spoke at a memorial for Adam. They had announced it the day before, and more than 12,000 people showed up, and they shined the bat signal on LA City Hall.
It was beautiful.
Did you see that?
Yes, it was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Worldwide. Yeah.
I can honestly. I was definitely one of those that was retweeting and sharing on that one. It's just beautiful. It was a really beautiful scene.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful thing. And I miss him. I tell you, the most part, I get through my day. But on some of these weekends when I'm out signing out autographs, I'll be signing, and then I'll just have an inkling to turn over to my right and look and see. I see that empty chair, and that's when it's tough. But other than that, you have to understand, Adam would not want people to mourn for him. He spent his whole life entertaining people. He made kids laugh. He brought happiness to everybody. So he would want everybody to be happy.
That's excellent. And in regards to stepping into back to the movie for a second, one of the things that I really enjoyed about the movie was really the scene where you've got to play that altered Robin.
Mother wears combat boots.
Are those types of things in the animated movies that you get to kind of grow out a little bit more from the TV show? Do you like doing those little things?
Oh my God, I love it, especially the fight. I'm a martial artist. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but a piece of trivia. When I was filming Batman, I was living in a complex that Bruce Lee also lived in.
Oh, wow.
And Bruce Lee, who became the most famous martial artist on cinema in the world.
Oh, yeah.
I used to spar with Bruce Lee.
Really?
I remember with his wife, Linda, and Bruce and his son, Brandon, at 6 months of age, we would go down into Chinatown to have dinner. And because Bruce lived in Hong Kong for 10 years, he knew all the most authentic stuff to get. But a piece of trivia for you that I have not done on any of the other interviews is that Bruce Lee's first filmed fight scene of his career was fighting me.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
On Batman, it was a crossover show. The same executive producer, William Dozier, who produced The Green Hornet, brought Kato and The Green Hornet into one of the episodes.
That's
and
right.
Bruce Lee and I had a fight.
That is absolutely right.
They didn't want it to look too realistic. Not where there was, really injury.
Sure.
It had to be in the Batman style, and they wanted it to be even because both of the characters are, both Kato and Robin, as well as Batman and the Green Hornet, were all good guys. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So they didn't want anybody to look like bad guys, but that was Bruce Lee's first filmed fight scene of his career was fighting me.
And let me tell you, that's an impressive item to have on your resume. That is a very impressive item to have.
I've been submitted to the Guinness Book of Records as the youngest professional ice skater in the world because my father owned the predecessor to Ice Capades called Rhapsody on Ice. And at 2 years of age, I was skating professionally in my father's show. Now, I thought that was a little young to start making your child work at age 2, don't you?
2, yeah, I think that might be pushing it a little bit. At 2, I think you can just stand in one skate, isn't it?
Yeah, what happened was that the professional skaters would skate around this big arena with me, and everybody would be clapping, and then they didn't expect it that they would let me go, and I skated around the whole arena, and people were like cheering and screaming, and it's funny, it's hard to believe that you could remember back in those days, but I remember the darkness, and I could hear the people cheering, and you know what I'm saying? I remember the bright lights on me. It's weird that you could remember that many years when you're 2 years of age. But I just thought it was kind of young to start me in a working environment. But nevertheless, I'm happy about it. Everything turned out well.
If there was something, Burt, you wanted the viewers, whether they are longtime Batman fans or coming to this new, what do you want them to take out of the movie?
That Adam and I love making this movie. of the fans that if we have our way, Batman, with the style that we did it, will continue forever.
Excellent. Mr. Ward, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. I really, really appreciate it.
Well, my dear friend Ray, I can only say to the Batmobile!
Thank you so much.